today's video, we're gonna try out these QA1 shocks on this Dodge Dakota. Okay guys, and welcome back to today's video. So this is something I've been wanting to try for a while, and just before we get into the engine swap on this truck, I just wanted to try this out. It's not going to take that long. We have the belltech Street Performance shocks all the way around, and I've had these sitting here for a while. They're for the front of this truck, and I want to just try them out and see the difference in ride quality. So as you can see, they're brand new, ready to go. And they are single adjustable, so you'll see there it's got the one adjustment knob. So I'm gonna go ahead, we'll throw these in quick. I wanna try it because this truck did ride half decent with the belltech Street Performance shocks originally, and then as we drove it and put some miles on it, it seems to have gotten really bouncy in a short period of time for new shocks. So I'm gonna throw those in the front, and I'll take it for a spin and see what the difference is. So here they are out of the box. These things look amazing, you guys. So as you can see, there's our adjustment knob, plus to the right and a minus to the left, so you can adjust the dampening there. All of our hardware is also included. You can see it right there as well. And we'll go ahead and throw this on the lift. We'll take out those Street Performance shocks and we'll throw those in the front. Just before I do that though, I do want to show you, not the most scientific test, but a pretty basic test is, we were kind of bouncing on the truck a little bit, and you can see how many times the truck bounces just by, you know, me pushing my hands on it. So it seems like there's not a whole lot of dampening happening there. So like I said, a very simple test, but will be interesting to see when we put those other shocks in there, how much that bounce is or isn't changed. So there we go, truck is up in the air. We're just gonna loosen and remove the nut that's on the top there, and then there's just two bolts on the bottom here that hold it in. So you can see we got the belltech Street Performance. Like I said, these were brand new not that long ago, so we'll pop those out, throw the QA1s in there. So from all the way to the left to all the way to the right, I counted about 16 clicks. So it looks like there's about 16 points of adjustment on these. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get them all rigged up with the appropriate hardware, and we'll stick them in. So we got one down and one more to go, and you can still reach the adjustment knob just by sticking your hand in here too. So can still adjust it once it's on there, which is good news, of course. Let's go to the next one. All right, so we got this shock in, but quick little adjustment, and I'll just explain why, is if you look at the bottom here, you'll see that the shock doesn't necessarily mount exactly in the center of the spring seat. So I decided to flip the knob to the inside, because even though on there it looked like the coil, the bind or wind of the coil wasn't gonna be in the way, when we came over here it was looking really close. So this is a little bit more difficult to get to, but not that bad. Obviously having it at the front would have been a bit easier, but you can see there that our adjustment knob is a little bit safer, not so close to the wind of our coil spring. So they're both in. We're gonna try them on the setting from the box, which was all the way to the left, and let's go for a quick drive and see what she feels like. All right, and here's our unscientific test. So it doesn't seem like that's changed too much, but one thing I did notice with those shocks, the QA1s, it doesn't seem to have any rebound dampening. You can pull the shock all the way out without it, you know, having any restriction. So it doesn't seem to have rebound dampening, only compression dampening. I know there's QA1s that have dual adjustments, so these are only single adjustable, but seems like it might be a little bit more plush to begin with, but like I said, let's go try it. Maybe we'll mess with the clickers, but let's see what she does. Also important to note is on the instructions, it says there's 18 clicks. So I counted about 16, but apparently there's 18. It says for drag racing to go 0 to 6 clicks from the softest position that we're currently in. And then it says 2 to 8 clicks for nice ride and handling, 8 to 12 for a firm ride and improved handling, and then 13 plus for more aggressive handling. So I think for street, somewhere between where we have it on the softest and, you know, maybe 2 to 8. So like I said, we're on the softest setting, which I don't mind for the street, but that's what they recommend as well. So just over top of those small bumps, it seems a little bit better. It doesn't seem, it seems like a little softer Chapter, honestly, but let's go ahead to some small choppy stuff, see if it makes a difference there. So I'm driving over some of these bumps, and what I'm noticing initially is that it's not as harsh as the Street Performance shocks were. So it seems to handle a lot of the small choppy stuff a lot smoother. So I can't comment on bounce. I don't think that the bounce is any different as far as rebound and stuff like that, but it just seems like it handles all this small choppy stuff a lot smoother than the Street Performance ones did. Like all this stuff before would be jarring the interior of the truck, and I still have the Street Performance in the rear, but definitely so far in the front, I'm liking the improvement. And here's a pretty big and bad bump that usually upsets this thing, as you can probably see, but it seemed to handle it a lot better than it ever has. Here's the same bump going the opposite direction. The back usually bottoms on this. It's not anything crazy. You probably heard that. So the back bottoms with our 4-inch lowering kit, belltech front and rear hangers, but the front is just so much more pleasant, you guys. More bumps for you. Yeah, the back just seems like it hits and it stops, whereas the front actually tries to make an effort to absorb some of the stuff. So it is still a lower truck, but definitely a lot nicer. All right, so we're back in the shop, you guys, and I can definitely say that was an improvement over those Street Performance shocks. And like I said, if it was probably a normal height application, the Street Performance ones might be okay, but since we're lowered substantially on this thing, I think the Street Performance ones do get a little bit of a harsher ride, whereas those QA1s seem to handle this lowered application a little bit better. But I'll keep you guys updated if anything changes, or if you guys have any questions or want me to review them or give you guys any answers or any other tests, definitely make sure to leave a comment down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll see you guys on the next one.